Hey, if you have already booked a call with me, I want you to know that took courage. Most women on this journey keep pushing through alone. They tell themselves they should be stronger or more positive or less affected by all of it. You didn't do that. You asked for support, and that matters. But before we talk, I want you to watch this short video because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how emotionally overwhelmed women navigating fertility or pregnancy can shift out of survival mode, release the emotional weight they have been carrying, and finally feel peaceful, grounded, and mentally strong without depending only on therapy or medication, without white knuckling their way through every difficult moment, and without the emotional side of this journey being treated like an afterthought. And this works even if you have already tried everything journaling, meditation apps, positive thinking, and still cannot shake the anxiety, the heaviness, or the feeling that you are just barely hiding it together. Stay with me, and this will be worth your time. Let me tell you a little about who I am and why I am the right person to help you with this. My name is Manisha Chaurasia Kurlawala. Before we proceed, I have to tell you about my story. After losing my first baby, I went through one of the darkest periods of my life. I disconnected from the world, my relationships, my career, and even myself. One day, I realized that staying stuck in that pain wasn't helping me heal. I started focusing on small daily wins and simple practices that slowly helped me regain my strength, confidence, and sense of purpose. Those same tools help me rebuild my life, strengthen my relationship with my husband, family, and move forward with hope. Today, I help women navigating infertility, IVF, IUI, pregnancy loss, and miscarriage find emotional strength, calm, resilience during one of the most challenging journeys of their lives. I am a certified coach and I have worked with women who were doing everything right on the medical side, but emotionally they were exhausted in a way no one around them fully understood. The grief of waiting, the fear that hope might be dangerous, the isolation of carrying something this heavy mostly alone. What I do is not general stress management or a mindset coaching. It's a structured emotional regulation method built specifically for women on the fertility journey called the brain loop reset method. And it's designed to do one thing above everything else: get you out of survival mode for good, not just on the good days. Now, here's something I see with almost every woman I work with. There are three stages most women move through on the path from emotional survival to genuine inner stability during this journey. Stage one is awareness and release, where you finally understand what's actually driving the emotional heaviness. Not just I am stressed, but the specific patterns, fears, and nervous system responses that are keeping you stuck, and where you begin to release what's been building up, sometimes for months or years, without it needing to be a long, painful process. Stage two is regulation and rewiring, where you build a personal toolkit of precise, repeatable practices that shift your emotional state when the hard moments come. A failed cycle, a difficult appointment, a comment that lands wrong. Instead of being knocked flat, you have something to reach for, and it actually works. Stage three, where every woman deserves to be, is stability and presence, where you are no longer white knuckling through each week, where you can hold hope without terror, where you feel like yourself again, even inside the uncertainty. The challenge is most women try to skip straight to stage three. They look for the one thing that will make them feel okay. But without stages one and two, nothing compounds. The relief is temporary, the heaviness keeps coming back. That's where the brain loop reset method comes in. To actually reach stage three, we need to solve three specific problems. Problem one, emotional overwhelm with no real outlet. Most women on this journey are told to manage stress, but no one gives them an actual system for doing that. We work on identifying exactly where the emotional weight is concentrated and using the brain loop reset method to release it at the root, not just temporarily, soothe it. This is what changes the baseline, not just the hard days, but how you feel on an average Tuesday. Problem 2, reactive patterns that make hard moments harder when anxiety is running the show. You react, you spiral, you reach for reassurance that doesn't reassure. You say things you don't mean, you lose hours to thoughts you can't control. Here we build the regulation layer. So you are responding to your situation instead of being controlled by it. This is where the real shift in confidence happens. Problem 3, isolation and emotional depletion. This journey is one of the loneliest things a woman can go through. The people around you love you but don't always know how to hold this with you. And carrying it alone has a compounding cost on your energy, on your relationships, on your body, and your ability to stay present. We address this directly so you feel genuinely supported, not just theoretically less alone. Now you can try to work through all of this on your own. I'm not here to tell you that you can't, but there are two ways to go through this journey. The supported path, work with a structured method, a clear framework, and someone who has been trained specifically to hold this with you. Move through each stage with intention. Build real emotional stability, not just better coping mechanisms. Another, the unsupported path, keep pushing through, keep trying different things and getting temporary relief. Keep telling yourself you should be handling this better and keep spending your emotional energy on survival instead of on the life you are trying to build. Both paths are a choice. The only question is how much longer you want to carry this alone before you let something actually help. Okay, let me share two women I have worked with. One of my clients came to me after two failed IVF cycles. She's from Mumbai and was overwhelmed, anxious, and constantly worrying about the future. Within a few weeks of working together, she felt calmer, slept better, and regained a sense of control over her emotions. She told me, I finally feel like myself again. And today, she is navigating her fertility journey with more confidence, hope, and emotional strength. There's another client of mine from Bangalore is a very sweet woman who came to me feeling emotionally drained after years of trying to conceive. That's what we call TTC. Her days were consumed by overthinking, comparison, and constant stress. By learning simple emotional reset techniques, she was able to break the cycle of anxiety and reconnect with herself. She told me, I no longer wake up feeling defeated. I feel calmer, stronger, and more hopeful. Today, she describes herself as emotionally balanced and in control instead of overwhelmed by uncertainty. These weren't women with unusually easy circumstances. They were exhausted, overwhelmed, and had already tried other things that hadn't worked. The only thing that changed was having the right method and the right support at the right time. Before we get on the call, I want you to think about one thing honestly. Every month you stay in survival mode, what is that actually costing you? In energy spent on anxiety instead of on living, in relationships affected by emotional depletion, in the distance between who you are right now and who you want to be when you finally hold your baby in your arms. The cost of staying where you are is not zero. It's just invisible because it accumulates slowly, quietly, day after day. Working with me is not an expense, it's a decision to stop letting this journey take more from you than it has to. You have already done something most women never do. You reached out. So come to the call with your real questions. Come ready to be honest about where you are and what you need. I'll be there. See you soon.